Oh, okay. A little delayed. Whoa, forest dogs. Oh god, I'm gonna drop these for sure. Oh my god. Forest dogs. Let's try like the 30 times. One at a time. Where are you? At the butt. Where's the other one? There you are. Ooh. Huh. Uh-huh. Okay. So the S21 might be a little bit better zooming in. What? Want another picture? 10 times. Excuse me. Uh-huh. Well, now the S20 looks better. Like, way better. I almost fell over. I almost died for sure. Gotta do, like, wide angle things. Whoa. Those look way different. The S20 looks way better. We can run. I'm kidding. Walking sucks. Okay, let's do like 3 times zoom. And then we'll use the 3 times zoom lens on this one. Look at all the little dudes. Whoa, radical. Okay, so it's just the 108 megapixel. 108. Come on, there we go. Uh-huh. This lens is definitely wider than the other one. Wow, the stabilization on this thing is insane. Focus, like, there. Next. 30 times. Oh my god, where the hell are we? Oh my god, the stabilization. So bad on this one. Focus. Stop moving. Focus. Focus. Focus better. Come on. I can see you going in focus. You know what? That's good enough. Whatever. Okay, so obviously the focal point's different. But even what's in focus doesn't look as good. You know what? I'm really surprised. I didn't think this phone was going to be that much better. Let's do macro things. Macro. So this is 10 times. And then this one, 10 times. Wow. The S20 looks amazing in that one. Wow. That's insane. Okay. How do I get up here without dying? Whoa, someone like stacked the things. Ugh, god, I'm gonna die. Look how shiny those rocks are. Oh my god, I'm gonna die. Oh my god. Okay, so let's not die yet. Okay, I'm just gonna sit. Oh my god. Okay. Oh my god, I'm gonna die. Oh neat, the highway. Oh my god. Oh god, these are prickly. Ow, my ankles. Sick. Focus. Focus. More focus. There we go. So lock that. I need the exposure down. Oh my god. There we go. Okay, ow. I think the S20 wins that one too. It's just so grainy. Ew. So let's do 8K. Yeah, the S21. Still a lot smoother for the live view. Ooh, HDR video. 8K. Okay, now let's see how good the stability is while I walk down this. I'm gonna die. Let's do 4K 30. Wait, it switches back to 1080p if you put this stabilization on. What the hell? Okay, well I guess we're doing 1080p. Okay, I'm jumping. Oh my god. Oh. Oh my god. Jesus. Ow. Okay. Ow. God. Oh god, I almost died. Okay. How smooth was that? Oh god! I almost died. I really have no idea which one is better. Like, it's hit or miss depending on which shots I take. Hey, I just found an SSD. What the where's the rest of the computer? What? Oh, there's a spider on it. I don't want to bring you home. No, like if you could not be on it. Thank you. Okay. The shoulder is so soft. I ain't gonna make it. Oh my god. Okay guys, I'm just a YouTuber. I'm just making YouTube videos. Don't mind me, guys. It's a Mercedes. Okay, I want to do like 100 times zoom with like holding on things for stability. So 100 times. Wow, that already looks terrible. Focus. Wow, the stability on this thing is insane. So 100. Can I even hold it still? Take a picture. Oh my god, it moves so much because the stability's on, and then it tries to correct with the stability. So when I move, the stability moves. Ah, damn it. That's as good as we're getting. Now, since the stability on this one's better, go to 100 and look at the deers. The hell kind of finger painting is this? Focus. Better focus. Oh, there's 3 of them. I didn't even see the 3rd one from over here. Neat. The phone is useful. Well, okay. Maybe not useful. It's one of the worst pictures I've ever seen in my life. Oh, they're running. They're running. Guys, like and subscribe! Oh god, there's people coming. Oh my god, I look like a crazy person. Oh god, it's so awkward. Why is there so much traffic? Middle of goddamn nowhere trying to make videos, so it's all quiet, and then we find like 82 cars out of nowhere. I just wanted to get a picture of the stupid rock gun. Why are those rocks wet? Only in the middle. The rocks are leaking. I'm going over here. I gotta taste this rock water. Ow, my hand. Oh god. I mean, the rock water just tastes like regular water. That looks really cool. Okay. 10 times. Oh, my spine. Okay, let's do another at 3 times. And this one at 3 times. Ow, my ankles! So this one's at 5 times. How do I do slow motion? Regular slow motion? Super slow motion. Aha. Okay, I can't really do anything with that. Can I zoom in while doing slow motion? No. Haha. Ah, god, it's dripping on me. Cool. I'm all wet now. I think the 10 times zoom is like the sweet spot for this thing. My pants are falling down. Ooh, a tunnel. Okay, so the stability on the S21, so much better. Let's look at that. How am I supposed to do this? I'm gonna fall over. Oh my god. Oh god. Really wish I would focus on something else, as I'm not focusing on the rocks in front of me, but it thinks I am. Terrible. Still doesn't work. I don't care. 10 times. Aha, super random. Ow, my eyes. Oh, you gotta love those HIDs, man. The guy looks so cool with those. So glad I can't see anything. My hands are cold. It's cold. Stupid outside. Ew. Ugh. Oh, that thing looks cool. Uh-huh. Let's go here. Ooh. Uh-huh. They both look terrible. As soon as it becomes dark, the zoom lens on these things goes to hell. I love that it's almost May and this is the first time that I've actually like gone outside and done something. Okay, so it's conclusion time. The first thing was that the S21 was, well, it's obviously faster than the S20 because it has a faster processor. The phone booted faster. It also opened the camera app faster, as well as every shot that I take. If you pay attention really closely, you can tell that every single shot that I take, the delay between actually hitting the button and the shot being captured was faster. That does come into effect if you're taking pictures of, for instance, wildlife. You'll notice throughout the video that every single time that I tried to take a shot with the S20, I would miss focus, or I'd have to try and focus again. And there was even one shot that I was trying to take with the S20 first. I didn't even get the shot because it continuously tried to focus on the rocks that were right in front of the camera and not that tiny little like green plant that was just a little bit further behind. And it didn't even matter where I tapped on the screen. I could not get focus on it. And when you're using the zoom lenses, you can't use manual controls. The S21 low light is significantly better than the S20, but it comes with kind of a grain of salt there because even though it is better at low light, it's extremely over sharpened. The S20 has usable but dark pictures, and then the S21 has light but not really usable, and you can't really save much. So it's kind of a gray area where both of them are just terrible at low light. So I wouldn't recommend using the zoom lenses at all during low light because it just sucks. Now in the wide angle shot, the S20 HDR looked significantly better than the S21, but when it went to the zoom pictures, the S21 had better HDR. The processing between both of them is kind of 50-50. It depends on which lens you're using most. But for me, being outside, I ended up just accidentally using the 10 times zoom for almost all of the shots, and I didn't even intend for that to happen. That's just how it went down. My real world experience, I ended up using the 10 times zoom a lot. And you'd also notice that with the wide angle, in the little note that I had at the bottom of the screen there, that the S20 is a 0.5 times zoom, where the S21 is a 0.6. So the S20 wide angle is actually wider. However, the regular lens, the S21 is wider. I'm not even gonna mention the 108 megapixel because they were both flawless. There's really nothing to talk about there. They were extremely sharp, but not over sharpened. They were a really good picture. The only downfall is you have no digital crop, so you can't zoom or anything. Like, it's 108 megapixel. You would assume that would be the perfect opportunity to use a digital crop, but they don't let you for some reason. I don't understand why they do that. That's what it is. The pictures look absolutely amazing. Given on the 108 megapixel test that I was doing, when I went to 100 times, which is just a joke, don't even use 100 times, or even if you zoom to 30 times, is that the stability in the S21 was like perfect pinpoint accuracy, whereas the S20 was all over the place. Because when you're trying to aim the camera at something super far away, every micro jitter moves a huge distance back and forth. So the stability in the camera itself is trying to compensate that. So when you're focused on something and the camera starts wandering to one direction, because the lens itself is trying to actually move, or the digital crop is trying to compensate for it, but it only goes so far before it reaches the end of its motion, which means that it then just jumps back and forth between side to side. So it was really hard to try and get something in the middle of the frame. The stability on the S21 destroyed the S20. It wasn't even a competition. It's almost as if the S20 without stabilization would actually be significantly better, just because you're not fighting the stability back and forth. Then we come to that macro shot that absolutely blew me away. I couldn't believe how good that came out. The S20 absolutely destroyed the S21. The S20 literally looks like I took that picture with an actual good camera, whereas the S21, you can tell that's a cell phone picture because of how over sharpened it is. And it kind of sucks because the camera itself on the S21 is better, but it's so over sharpened that it's not. So it depends on which shot you're taking. If you're going to be using the 10 times zoom as more of a macro tool, then the S20 is the clear choice. But if you're going to be using it for further away shots and actually utilizing the zoom to see better, then the S21 is the choice. The optical 3 times zoom lens test that I did with that was like the rock cut, and then there was like the tree. I wanted to try and get the bokeh on the tree to see how that would be, and the 3 times zoom absolutely destroyed that because the S20 is a digital crop on the one-time sensor. Obviously is going to be a win for the S21 because it's using an optical zoom versus a digital crop on the S20. However, the part that really surprised me was the 5 times zoom, because that's a 5 times crop on the one-time sensor for the S20, but it's only a 2 times digital crop on the 3 times optical lens. They look identical.
I literally couldn't tell the difference between either of them aside from the HDR on the S21 being better. So if you're using 3 times, then the S21 is better, but if you're using from 3 to 10 times, then they're both identical, which, I don't know, it surprised me. 8K on a phone is just stupid. Like, there's no reason you should be recording 8K on a phone. Like, that's just ridiculous. However, the live view on the S20 was significantly worse than the live view on the S21. So the S21 had a little bit of jitter when you were panning back and forth, but the S20 was like frame skipping. Like, it was almost like frame by frame. It was really bad. And you have to keep in mind that I did a complete factory reset on both of these phones, so there was absolutely nothing on them, no accounts, no extra apps. It's as if you bought 2 brand new phones right out of the box. They're both on the latest update, which at this current time is One UI 3.1 that they just released on the S20. So they're both even running the same version of One UI, which is Android 11. And then we get to the stability. I really don't have like a solid conclusion to give you. When I was walking down those rocks, poorly I might add, the stability on the S20 was able to handle more of it, so it was able to stabilize the video better, but you'll see little micro jitters and stuff where the frame shakes around. Whereas the S21 didn't have any of that, but it wasn't able to stabilize all of it. The parts that were stabilized on the S21 are significantly better, but the S21 stabilized more of the video, but poorly. And then there's the slow motion. Well, the S21 was just better. It was clearer, it was sharper, but not over sharpened. It almost looks like the difference between 1080p versus 720. Like, that's how much of a difference it was between both of them. Which makes the S21 the clear winner, because it literally looks like 1080p versus 720p. The S21 is not a better phone than the S20, but the S20 isn't as good as the S21. It's a really weird conclusion at the end of this that I was not expecting at all. Really, the only difference on paper between the two phones, the S21 has a 3 times optical zoom, and the S20 has a micro SD card reader. Do you want to use 3 times optical zoom, or do you want to have more expandable storage? So once Samsung releases more updates, they might be fixing the over sharpening that's happening in the zoom pictures, which will then make it a better camera than the S20. However, that's hope on speculation. There's no rumors or anything of that actually happening. That's just, if Samsung were to do that, it would be a good choice for them to go in that direction. But as of this time right now, it's hit or miss. It really depends on what you do. If you do more wide angle, like super wide angle, or more macro stuff with the zoom lens, then I would recommend picking up the S20, because it had better HDR for the super wide angle, and the pictures looked extremely natural for the 10 times zoom when doing the macro shots. But if you're doing zoom for distance, the over sharpening is less apparent because there's so many different objects around the frame to actually look at. I did get rid of the S20 Ultra. Other than buying the phone to make the videos about it, I figured I might as well keep it because it's the newer phone. It's going to get more updates. So if you have an S20 Ultra, then there's no reason to buy an S21 Ultra. You're really not going to gain anything out of it, and for the price tag, it's just not worth it at all. But if you're going from like an S10 or something, then I still don't know. I don't know if I can recommend it. It's better in parts, but it's not. So I don't know. It's very confusing. Hopefully you got something out of this video to help you make a decision into which one that you want. There's members programs, so if you want to help out just supporting all of these stupid things that I end up doing that cost a ridiculous amount of money, then you can just basically pay whatever donation price that you want, and then you get all of the tiers, which just gives you VIP access to the Discord, so that way you get direct access with me and everything that's going on with the channel behind the scenes, as well as being able to watch any of the videos the second they're uploaded rather than waiting for the release dates. Subscribe to the channel if you haven't already, or just, I don't know, just don't do any of it. I'm not telling you what to do.